You won't believe what they hid from us. Imagine finding a single, unmistakable footprint in a desert where nobody has ever walked. Now imagine that the desert is another planet. What would you do first? Who would you call? And what if I told you that people on the internet already think they've found something like that on Mars, and that it divides images from professional science and viral rumor in ways you won't expect? Stay with me. You're not going to want to miss how this story flips from hoaxes to hard science, and why it matters to every one of us. Let's start with the lies. Because yeah, there are a lot of them. You've probably seen the Mars face, that eerie rock formation photographed by Viking 1 in 1976 that looks like a human face staring up from the Martian surface. Millions believed it was evidence of an ancient civilization. But here's the problem. When NASA sent higher resolution cameras back in 2001, the face turned out to be just a mesa, a completely natural hill. The original illusion? It was caused by low resolution imaging, specific sun angles creating shadows, and our brains doing what they do best, finding faces in random patterns. It's called pareidolia, the same reason you see animals in clouds. Then there are the pyramids of Cydonia, geometric, perfectly aligned, except they're not. When Mars Global Surveyor captured detailed 3D data, these pyramids were revealed as eroded hills with irregular shapes. The perfect geometry was compression artifacts in early JPEG images, and again, lighting tricks playing with our perception. The lesson here? Mars is really good at fooling us. Low resolution plus human imagination equals viral hoaxes. The real deal, what science has confirmed. But now, let's talk about what's actually there. And trust me, this is where it gets genuinely wild. In 2008, the Phoenix lander dug into Martian soil and found water ice, not traces, actual frozen water, just inches below the surface. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter later detected massive underground ice deposits using ground-penetrating radar. We're talking about frozen lakes buried beneath the Martian surface. Water means the potential for life. Then came the methane mystery. The Curiosity rover detected seasonal spikes in atmospheric methane, levels that rise and fall with Martian seasons. Here's why that matters. On Earth, 95% of atmospheric methane comes from biological sources. Yes, geological processes can produce methane too, but these seasonal variations, they're weird. They suggest something is actively producing or releasing methane in cycles. Scientists are still debating whether it's geological or biological, but the fact that we're having this debate at all is huge. In 2018, researchers analyzing data from Curiosity found organic molecules, complex carbon compounds, in 3.5 billion-year-old rocks. These are the building blocks of life. Now, organic molecules don't automatically mean life existed, but they mean life could have existed. The chemistry was there. And here's the kicker. In 2020, scientists identified ancient lakebed deposits with clay minerals that only form in the presence of neutral pH water over long periods. This wasn't just puddles. This was a potentially habitable environment that existed for millions of years, long enough for life to emerge. Why finding life would change everything. So why does any of this matter? Why should you care about microbes that might have existed billions of years ago on a frozen desert planet? Because if life emerged independently on Mars, even once, even as simple bacteria, it means life isn't a cosmic accident unique to Earth. It means the universe is probably teeming with life. It means we're not alone, and we never were. From a technological standpoint, studying extremophile organisms on Mars could revolutionize medicine, biotechnology, and our understanding of what life actually needs to survive. But philosophically, it would shatter humanity's perception of its own uniqueness. We'd no longer be the universe's special project. We'd be one example among potentially billions. That's not just science, that's existential. The data mountain, how we know what we know. Now, you might be wondering, how do we even know all this? Aren't we just guessing? Here's the thing. We've been studying Mars seriously for over 50 years. Since the 1960s, humanity has launched over 50 missions to Mars. About half failed, but the ones that succeeded, they've been sending back data non-stop. We've had orbiters like Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, mapping the entire planet in stunning detail, capturing over 6.5 million images. We've had landers like Viking, Phoenix, and Insight, drilling into soil, measuring seismic activity, analyzing atmospheric composition. And then there are the rovers, Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and now Perseverance, roving across the surface for years, sometimes decades, collecting rock samples, running chemical analyses, searching for organic compounds. The Perseverance rover alone has instruments that can detect molecules at the parts per billion level. It's carrying a helicopter, Ingenuity, that's completed dozens of flights, scouting terrain, and it's currently collecting samples that a future mission will bring back to Earth for analysis in our best labs. We're talking about petabytes of data, high-resolution imagery, spectral analysis across dozens of wavelengths, soil composition reports, atmospheric readings, temperature logs spanning Martian years. This isn't speculation. This is the most comprehensively studied planet besides Earth. The truth that matters. Here's what keeps me up at night. We're one sample return mission away from answering the oldest question humanity has ever asked. Are we alone? The fakes, they're distractions. The conspiracy theories about NASA hiding evidence, they're noise. But the real science, the methane spikes, the organic molecules, the ancient lakebeds, that's the signal. And it's screaming at us. Mars isn't keeping secrets because of some government cover-up. Mars is keeping secrets because we haven't looked hard enough yet. But we're getting close, closer than we've ever been. So if this blew your mind even a little bit, hit that like button, subscribe, because we're living in the era where we might actually find alien life. And I'll be here breaking down every discovery as it happens. The universe is vast, strange, and far less empty than we thought. The question isn't whether life exists out there anymore. The question is, when are we going to find it?